Welcome back. It's your girl, Jasmine Jones, here in the Creator Hub Studios, presented by Transcend. And today I'm here with
Mr. Chris, and I do stuff.
See, what kind of stuff do you do?
Right now I'm doing all kinds of stuff, but I'm actually preparing to go on a trip next year. I'm going to hit all 48 lower states in my camper and spend a week in each state so I can decide which one I like the most.
Really? What brought this on?
I love camping. I've always gone camping as a kid, so it was just kind of a dream to go. And then I was like, you know what? People are always like, you live in Florida, why? Like, I want to try every state. And then when people go, I live here because it's the best state. I tried them all.
Honestly, yeah, because I think about other places that I want to live, and I can't think of another place that I would want to live outside of being in Florida now.
I've lived in New York. I didn't like that.
Same.
I'm the kind of guy who likes to have a yard and a car and stuff. So I didn't like that. But I just did a test run that was a month long where I went with my best friend, and we went pretty much from Florida all the way up to Illinois and back. Mm-hmm. And it was a blast. Met a ton of interesting people. Been boondocking, which is kind of an interesting thing in camping. That's where you stay at someone's house or business they're like camper friendly.
Huh.
So I got to stay at like a raspberry farm. So I got to pick breakfast and help a goat give birth, which I wasn't expecting.
Wow. Okay. First, there's a lot to unpack there, but I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a couple of different websites. I use Harvest Host. And you just put in where you want to go and it shows you all the places. You reach out and kind of come up to an agreement. Normally they want like 10 or $20 for power and water, but it's much cheaper than going to the $100 a night RV camps.
That's really cool. So wait, where are you based now?
I'm in Orlando.
Oh, okay. And what brought you to this event? Were you here last year?
I was not. I am new to this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm actually, can I say we're knee scooter buddies?
Yeah, okay.
So we're both on the injured list.
Yes.
And that's what led me to being an influencer, right? I always worked in corporate America. I got injured. It's been about 4 years now. I've had a bunch of surgeries on my foot. And because I was stuck not being able to walk around, I was like, what can I do?
God
so
bless.
I started researching, got really into YouTube, decided I wanted to become a YouTube creator, and that led me to here.
Wow. Wait, how did you find out about the event?
I don't actually remember. Everyone keeps asking me. I was on a call on last Thursday about this event. I don't know how I got invited, but basically because I'm launching my app, I was like, it's a great time to go meet all these creators and pretty much have achieved my goal. I wasn't even expecting something like this. So this is kind of an added cherry to the ice cream sundae of the weekend. Did
it meet your expectations or did you have any expectations?
I had a lot of expectations and it's completely different than I expected.
Yeah? Good or bad?
It's been good. It's been an all-around positive thing, but I thought it would be easier to get influencers to join an affiliate program than it turns out to be. But that's just because I didn't do enough homework before I got here but that's why I'm here, to learn, right?
Exactly.
So I knew my expectations weren't accurate.
So talk about your app. Like talk about, because I know you do the code, the link code.
Yeah, QR codes.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I make QR codes. My app is in the App Store. It's qrlife.me, and it's built for influencers. So there's a lot of things that can generate QR codes. There's tons of free ways to do that. And there's tons of what they're calling bio sites now, which are like tiny websites that are your info, like a Linktree or a Doccard or something.
Yeah.
A lot of those are over $100 a year, which seemed a bit much for me for what the technology actually does. So when I was becoming an influencer, I was like, it's really hard to get all my socials shared. I wish there was an easy way to do that. And so I made an easy way to do that. And then I was like, wait, other people would want to do this. So now I've made an app and I put it out there. And we're just kind of launching this weekend, actually. So it's amazing. Be an interesting ride.
That's amazing. Now, out of your whole journey as a creator, as an entrepreneur, what are some struggles that you faced that you've been coming here for the event to like learn how to overcome?
So the biggest thing I've learned is to talk to as many people as you can, listen, and find out what scars they have so you can avoid getting those same scars, right? You lost $5,000 on this idea. I don't want to lose $5,000 too. You tell me about it. Now I can go, all right, I know what to look for. So I know that I'm in a journey of I don't know what's next. So I'm trying to learn from as many people, crowdsource that learning so I can get there faster and get there better.
What's your biggest takeaway so far?
Biggest takeaway is it's nothing's ever done. Like I thought my app would be done and then immediately I'm like, we need to add these features. And then like I thought, I had a game plan in mind and I came here and learned, that's not how it works. Here's a twist to it that you need to do. Or, I was like, I'm going to give away my app for free. And then it's like, well, if you give it away for free, it has no value. No one cares.
Right.
So you got to velvet rope it, and you got to have like, well, it's free, but you have to do these things, or you have to earn it kind of thing to make it have value. So it's just been kind of everything. There was a lot I didn't know that I picked up being here.
Okay. That's amazing. I'm so glad. Now the whole entire time we've been talking about AI throughout the whole event. What's like your like pros or cons, or like what do you think about AI? What's your stance?
This angers a lot of people. I've made a couple videos about AI. If
What's
you do
your-
a job for the sake of doing a job, AI is at risk for you. If you do a job because you're passionate and you love it, AI can never do that. AI is a race to the middle. If you think about how AI works, it learns and it tries to anticipate what's next. So it's never going to innovate. It's never going to do something that's going to go viral because it's always trying to do something that's already out there, something that's already happened. So it could jump on a trend real good, but it's never going to start a new trend. So I think AI for people who aren't creative and they're just, I show up and get a paycheck. Yeah, you're in danger of losing your job. But if you're passionate, I don't think it can do anything to threaten you. It's a great tool. I use AI every day. So like, I'm not saying it's bad. It's a great research. It's a great way to brainstorm. But you can't just think AI is just going to do my job and I'll just get money somehow, or it's just going to take my money or something.
It's like completely disrupting the creative space though too, because there's a lot of people who are for it because it makes creating like a lot easier. And then there's people who are like, I don't know, because your likeness might be stolen online and everything.
Likeness being stolen is kind of a thing. I think people are getting a little bit AI fed up. I don't know if the main masses are, but especially people like me and other people who are kind of in the community, like I can instantly see something's AI and I tune out. I hear the AI voice, I tune out. Like I'm still looking for that human interaction. I think we're going to get even more of that as a trend, like more unpolished. I think things gotten a little too polished in the YouTube events.
I think the authenticity of just like it not being like you just have your hair everywhere and you just show up and you're like being authentic builds more trust,
Well, it's also real. It's like what they can do. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm driving to an event. I'm going to do this thing. Like everyone's done that. Like everyone's had that nervous moment. Like sharing that is more interesting than the polished, everything's perfect in my life. So I think that so for me, I use AI for things I couldn't have done before, right? To create artwork or to create a background or something where I would have had to hire someone to do that. So I guess if you create artwork or tools but I still had to hire a person. Actually, I used one of the online services to hire someone to do all the artwork for my app because I tried doing it in AI and it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hired someone, I was like, oh yeah, that's what experience brings to the table.
Right.
Like as soon as I looked at the first draft, I was like, oh, that's amazing. So
That's perfect. And yeah, I think there's going to always have to be some sort of like human component, even when we use AI.
Yeah.
So that's
well, it's always the like, what's a 23? That's the answer to the question of what life.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah.
okay, or no, it's 42 or 40. I forget what the number is.
Isn't it 23?
I think 23 is Michael Jordan's basketball number. But yes, but that's the thing with AI. You have to know the right question to ask, right? AI doesn't do anything you can't do if you use the internet right now. It automates it, but you can still research stuff just like AI does.
Right.
But if you don't know the right question to ask it, you achieve nothing.
Exactly. You got to prompt it correctly. So.
That's why when I sit down with a lot of the creators and I'm eager to talk to them, I try and shut up and let them talk.
Yeah.
Because them telling me stuff is more important than me bragging about things I think are important. Like,
do you feel like that's something that happens a lot with creators here? Like where maybe they feel like they either brag too much and not listen enough, or they don't brag enough. And,
I think the people who aren't on stage talk about themselves a lot, which isn't necessarily negative. It's a positive thing to talk about yourself, but don't listen. And so far from the ones that have been on stage, a lot of them don't talk that much or brag ever. You have to almost pull information out of them. In fact, one of the creators, one of the bigger guys here, I was talking to about starting up my affiliate program because he had done those before. And he was like, yeah, you don't want to deal with any of the big creators, like not that they're difficult to deal with, but they have other stuff going on and it's going to take them months to get to you. And like, if you're on a deadline, you need to just step up and do it yourself.
So there's a lot more power in the smaller creator niche.
Yeah,
like the
and
up and coming
they're
creators.
a little more hungry.
Yeah.
To take on side projects, which is definitely where I'm at. Like if I was an established brand, then I would want a big creator. But I think I'm looking for someone in the like 100K and below range.
So this was like for your app launch and everything like that, this was perfect.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Met a ton of cool contacts. Like I said, I've got a couple people I'm going to hopefully work on some stuff with. So it's exactly what I was hoping to achieve. And I actually, because I was riding around on my knee scooter, I was not expecting this. I got blessed 3 different times.
Honestly,
people were
the
like,
knee
"Can I
scooter
pray over
is
you?"
everything. Like, I feel like I've attracted like so many things because of the knee scooter. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do this scooter at this event. Like, that was me.
Even if I don't need it.
Exactly. And then I meet people like you, and we're like, I love hearing your story, and I love, sharing it with the audience and everything. And like the fact that you're able to just start conversation with just your leg. You don't even have to say anything. So,
Everyone's like, what happened? I'm like, well, let me tell you.
let me tell you my quick little story. So where can everyone follow you?
I am Mr. Chris at mrchrisdoesstuff.com. So that's the easiest way to email me, or you can go to mrchrisdoesstuff.com, and that has all my socials, including my Etsy store and everything there. So that's the easiest way to find all my things.
Perfect. And your last question here for the audience. For that person that didn't show up this year, or that person that might want to show up next year, what type of advice would you give them when coming to this event?
So like I said, I didn't know anything about this, found out about it on Thursday, found out it was in Orlando. So I didn't have to travel. So I was like, all right, it's perfect timing. I'm going to go. If it wasn't here, I wouldn't have paid to travel to come. Next year, if it wasn't in Orlando, I would pay to come to this. So I think it's definitely worth coming to.
Why do you say that?
Well, I didn't know what I was coming to, so I didn't literally my video. I'm going to Creator Hub. I don't know what I'm going to. There's going to be a bunch of people hanging out. We'll see what happens. But the format's good. The gala was a blast. I've met a lot of really good people. The speakers have been good. I love that the speakers speak and then they come out and you can talk to them and hang out with them. It's not that walled garden of they're in the VIP area and you're in the commoners area. We all get to hang out and chit chat. So it's got that community feel. That YouTube needs to keep. We need to keep that community feel alive, and it's definitely here. People are a lot nicer than I thought they would be.
I love that. And I love the community that we have here. It's like family every time we show up. So, but you heard it here exclusively in the Creator Hub Studio presented by Transcend.